I'm John Taylor with Waltonian. I'm here with senior on the cross country team, John Holbert. John, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Why do you run cross country at Eastern?
Why do I run cross country? I think I gotten asked that question a lot, but I think I like to push the limits, see how far I can take myself. And I like to, it's a sport where I can see improvement when I look at the numbers and my times and stuff like that. And it's also helped me stay really disciplined in everything I do. Like, it's a large chunk of time, and a lot of times I just don't want to go out there and run, but it helps me stay disciplined and like I have to do it. So.
You think that it helps you with your schoolwork?
Yeah, I definitely think so, because I'm forced to have a schedule. I feel like if I had a lot of time on my hands, I would be like staying up late and procrastinating, and I wouldn't have a schedule. I'd just be like all over the place. But because I don't start my homework until 8 o'clock at night, and I have to go to bed at 10:30, so I don't stay up too late and be tired, all day. I have to get done what I need to do in 2.5 hours, so it helps a lot.
Do you have a certain ritual that you do before you run?
No, not really. Some people listen to music. Some people don't talk to anyone before they run. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I just get really nervous, and that's about it. It's the only thing that's typical is I get really nervous. Other than that, no.
With winter coming up and the cross country season ending, how did Eastern do this year?
We did pretty well. The girls team did really well. They had a great season. They finished, I believe, better than they did last year in Max by a couple spots. I think the guys were in the same spot that they were last year, and we lost a couple of seniors last year, so it's kind of a transition year for us. So we just had enough for a full team, so it was a pretty tough year, like only having 5 guys, but it definitely took its toll. But I think we did pretty well, and I think next year we have a lot of young people coming in and a lot of people returning, so it should be good next year.
With graduation coming up, are you going to keep running once you graduate, you think?
Absolutely. I have no doubt. On the horizon, I qualified for the Boston Marathon, so I'll be running that in, I think it's April. So then after that, hopefully I'll be starting to get into marathons and things like that after I graduate. Hopefully if I have enough time. So no, it's going to be a lot more difficult in the real world with a job and everything, but I think I'll still be able to do it.
How many miles is the Boston Marathon?
26.2.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a killer.
How many marathons have you ran in marathons?
Yeah, I've run 2 so far, and I think maybe 4 or 5 half marathons, and then I'm running one in a couple weeks, running a half. So yeah, and then Boston will be my 3rd. You
guys competed in the MAC championships. What was the weather like for that?
The weather was awful. It was the morning of the blizzard on Saturday, and we pulled up, and it was into Messiah, and it was raining a little bit, and then 5 minutes of us sitting in the bus, it started to snow really hard, and it started to stick. And by our race, the guys' race, which was at noon, there was probably 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. And it was the conference championship meet, so they had to do it. They couldn't postpone it. They couldn't reschedule, and we ran anyways. And it was so cold. It was so snowy. I fell 5 times. It was awful.
What was that like, the fall?
It was terrible. It was so terrible. Everyone was falling, but I fell right in the beginning. And it was like the stampede of people right at the start of the race, so I just had to duck and cover. Everyone was running over you. It's awful.
Like Black Friday.
Yeah, it was definitely, looking back on it, it was fun. It's a good story.
What are you going to miss from Eastern cross country?
Probably community, definitely. I think looking ahead with running, it's going to be difficult to be on my own running. Like looking after college, I'm not going to have someone else that I'm supposed to meet at 4 o'clock to go run. Like I'm not going to have 6 or 7 people to meet to run with. I'm going to be sort of on my own. Like no one really hold me accountable. I'll probably have a friend or 2, but it's not quite the same. It'd be a little more difficult there.
When you're running and you're real tired and you want to give up, what makes you keep going?
I've sort of go back and forth with little mantras I have, like things that I just like. At a certain point you get so tired you just stop thinking about everything. Normally I try to distract myself, but when I get tired I can't think. I just have certain little mantras that I just say over and over in my head. I just have to do it, or Like, it's typically just finish or do it or just little tiny things. I have to say over and over again. Otherwise, I'll probably quit because it's awful.
Was there any one person that inspired you to run, or was it just something that you picked up and you loved doing it?
It was just something I picked up. I played basketball in high school, and I thought it'd be a good way to stay in shape. And I started in middle school in 6th or 7th grade. And I just wanted to stay in shape and hang out with my friends. I was in middle school, you know. So I just stuck with it. I mean, I was terrible in middle school. I was average in high school. Like, I didn't run during the summer. I would show up to practice and, like, no running, like no practice before that, no training. But that's changed.
What made you want to run at Eastern?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I just I came here to visit, and I met a couple of people that were on the team, and they just seemed really cool and really relaxed, and they said it wasn't anything like super intense, and I could just jump into it and be okay. And so I did it, and I trained all summer, and I got a lot better, improved a lot, and I was addicted.
Okay. Well, with the regionals coming up, I wish you luck. This has been Jonathan Holbert. I'm Johnny Taylor from the Waltonian. Thank you for watching.
He always was his own sufficiency.